Hi, it's Nancy here of YogaCanada, School of Yoga and Health for a smarter well-being and a better living. Make sure you click that subscribe button. Let's start it. I'm Nancy and 60 minutes of Vinyasa flow. And now let's widen the toes and pressing at the center of the heel and the ball and below the pinky toe, maybe bending one knee and the other one. And as you're starting to soften the shoulders and contracting the belly and tuning the quads and the front of the thighs and the bum. And now let's feeling that energies, that swirl of contractions and energies between your thighs and the pelvic floor muscles. Now floating of our internal organs and being engaged. And now arms on either side of the body and ears, shoulders, hip, knees and ankles stack. And feeling the mountain, which is the base of all standing movement, is being grounded. Ujjayi breath, victor's breath. That is a nice warm vitality force, nourishing all cells alive into our body and making out the environment healthier for pathogens, and not having it. Good. And now let's bring the hands toward the belly and the heart, and let's having a nice intention for you today's practice. A positive word can do just repeating silently 2-3 times. And now arms on either side of the body and inhale, let's visit arms. Palms touch at your heart and on either side of the body. Inhale, raising arms. Palms touch toward the heart center and on either side. Inhale, let's raising arms, and now let's folding, bending knees, arms out to the side, half a left. And exhale, let's folding, grabbing the elbows, trimming your head. Maybe straighten one leg and the other one, and one leg and the other one. So bending both knees, straighten the legs, and again. Lower ribs start touching the thighs. If you need, bending the knees. And now let's release it and gaze forward, sweeping the arms out, flat back. And now let's lifting hands toward the heart and opening mouth, breath of joy. Arms on either side of the body. Raising the arms and exhale, let's folding. Half a left. Right and left leg back into your downward facing dog and shifting hips toward one side and the other one side. And again, toward one side and the other one side. Let's try to have a space between your arm bone and the socket of the shoulder joint by externally rotating the shoulders and not the forearms. And now high plank. And the downward facing dog. High plank. And the downward facing dog. Knees wide into the mat, child's pose. And opening mouth and if you're keeping the arms extended with the elbows lifted, maybe you're gonna feeling a physical side movement a bit more toward the trunk. Deep flexion of the hips. Sitting bones towards your heels and forehead onto the mat. This is mostly like the unique movement of your practice where really you start to bring that connection, mind and body connection. And now let's gaze forwards and back into downward facing dog. High plank, kneeling and the beautiful shadowing. And a gentle cobra 5 times, pointing toe and exhale, release it. Hips are onto the floor, the cobra. And again, let's elongating the trunk and exhale. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And now the exhale. Back into child's pose, maybe opening mouth and and now the downward facing dog. Starting to lift the right leg up and back. Right and left leg forwards, half or left. And exhale, let's folding. Right leg up and back. Knee toward the nose. Right leg up and back. Knee toward the nose. Planting the foot into a gentle pyramid and lifting the left toes. Half or left, you can always using blocks, flat back. And now front foot into the mat as you forward fold over the left thigh. Half or left. And again, elongating the spine, hip square. Now let's fold. Half or left, right leg forwards. Reverse one dive, slightly bending knees, sweeping the arms out. And now palms up and toward the heart center and on either side of the body. And again, inhale, let's squeezing arms. Exhale, let's folding. Standing forward, fold, Uttanasana. Half or left. Back into your downward facing dog. And now let's pivot heels toward the right. Keeping the hands firm onto your mat. And now let's coming back. Pivot heels toward the left. And now let's coming back. High plank. Kneeling and again taking time, shadowing. And now the cobra, Bhujangasana. Gaze toward the right. Gaze toward the left. And now let's coming back into extended child's pose as you exhale and maybe opening mouth again and back into downward facing dog. Lifting the left leg up and back. Left and right leg forwards, half or left. And now let's forward fold as you're lifting the left leg up and back. Knee toward the nose. Left leg up and back. Knee toward the nose. Planting the foot, gentle pyramid, half or left, and exhale, let's fold. Releasing neck, releasing head. And now let's half or left, lifting the right toes. And now let's release it. Left leg forwards, half or left. And exhale, let's folding again, grabbing the elbows. And now release it. Reverse one dive. Inhale. And now back with the hands toward the heart and on either side of the body. Sweeping the arms forward and up, upward salute. Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, let's folding. Half or left. Right and left leg back into the downward facing dog. Lifting the right leg up and back. And between the hands, high lunge. Inhale. And exhale. Plank. Shadowing. Upward facing dog, cobra. And your downward facing dog. Let's lifting the left leg up and back. And between the hands, high lunge. Inhale. And exhale, back into high plank. Shadowing. Upward facing dog, cobra. And the downward facing dog. Let's walking at the front of the mat or jumping and half a left. And exhale, let's folding. Chair pose, Utkatasana. And exhale, hands into prayer, mountain pose, Shamashtiri, centering the energies. And now the chair pose, Utkatasana. And exhale, let's fold. Half a left. Plank. Shadowing. Upward facing dog, cobra. And the downward facing dog. Right leg up and back, starting to open hips. And between the hands, high lunge. Inhale. Back into high plank. Right leg up, shadowing. Upward facing dog, cobra. And the downward facing dog. Lifting the left leg up, opening hips. And between the hands, high lunge. Inhale. Back into high plank. Left leg up, shadowing. Upward facing dog, cobra. And the downward facing dog. Let's walking or jumping at the front of the mat. Half a left. And exhale, let's fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. And exhale, hands touch into prayer, mountain pose, Shamashtiri. Arms on either side of the body, sweeping the arms forward and up. And exhale, let's fold. Half a leg. Plank. Shadowing. Upward facing dog, cobra. And the downward facing dog. Right leg up and back. Knee toward the nose, touch it. Planting the foot, warrior one. Inhale. Back foot into the mat. Back into high plank. Right leg up, shadowing. Upward facing dog, cobra. And the downward facing dog. Lifting the left leg up and back. Knee toward the nose. Planting the foot, warrior one. Inhale. Back into high plank. Left leg up, shadowing. Upward facing dog, cobra. And the downward facing dog. Jumping or walking at the front of the mat. Half a left. And exhale, let's fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. And exhale, Shamashtiri. Hands toward the heart. Arms on either side of the body, sweeping the arms forward and up. And exhale, let's fold. Half a left. Plank. Shadowing. Upward facing dog, cobra. And the downward facing dog. Let's widen the feet and maybe not mat width, more than hips apart. And now let's walking at the back of the mat with the hands toward the thigh and knee. And now right knee onto the floor. And now the left. And now let's bring the right knee onto the floor. And now the left. And now as you having a deep bend, hips and knees, lower the sacral. Let's have the left. And again, one more time. Good. Hands into prayer and wow, that is good, eh? That is quite a good movement. And now let's coming back into the downward facing dog. And now let's bring the feet touch and side plank toward the left. Left arm up. Good work. One more. And now back into downward facing dog. Feet touch, side plank toward the right. Strong into your core, hips high. And now back into downward facing dog. Knees into the mat and melting the heart, Anahatasana. Pelvis aligned with the knees, and this is quite a juicy movement for the shoulder joints. Let's make sure you can widen the arms more than shoulders apart as you melt the heart. Forehead or chin onto the floor, onto a block. And now onto the belly. Right arm out to the side. And now let's rolling over that right shoulder, crown of the side of the crown of the head onto the mat. And left arm up, and now let's clasping the fingers or touching the palms, or lifting the head sideways. And now let's exhale, gaze up. And now let's coming back. Let's bring the left arm out to the side. And now let's rolling over that left shoulder. Right arm up, and now you can always too as well, opening hips and the right foot behind the right thigh. And now let's coming back. Good work. Into your elbows. And now let's rocking sideways toward the right and the left, the pelvis. And now let's pushing into the forearms, keeping hips into the mat, and let's bending the right knee. And now let's release it. And now let's bending the left knee. Gaze is forwards, crown of the head is up, shoulders are low. Now release it. Let's bending both knees. And now let's going back into child's pose. Opening mouth, extended child's pose. Knees into the mat and enough forwards onto your mat as we're gonna go into hero onto the floor. Reclined hero. Knees touch, feet outside next to the hips and hands underneath of the shoulders, and you can stay there. There is always the option being sitting to a block and you stay high, or hands at the sole of the feet and elbows into the mat, shoulders onto the mat. There is, if you are onto the mat, there is quite a back bend. And now let's raising the arms and toward the head, pushing an imaginary wall with your hands, fingertips toward the floor. Pain free onto the knees. If knees are lifted, you're too far. Let's coming back. And now let's bring the hands back onto the sole, onto your elbows, onto your hands, and onto your downward facing dog, please. Good work, nice. As we move, we can observe the benefits of our beautiful movement. Two more breaths. Still holding the head aligned with the arms. And now let's bring the gaze forward, bending knees, jumping or walking, half or left. And exhale, let's fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. And exhale, let's coming back, driving the right ankle into mountain. As you grab the right ankle, inside, hands inside, and let's bring the left arm up and Natarajashana Dancer. As you doing that back bend from the pull of the leg into the hand and the hand into the foot. Let's bring index and thumbs touch Gwan Mudra. It helps for the concentration. And we only bring the lower ribs toward the earth. And now let's go back. Good work. Inhale, mountain pose. Raising the arms, upward salute. Deep bend into the knees as you forward fold. Peace finger, grabbing the big toes, and now let's lifting the hips. Dandasana. Deep bend into the knees and half a left. Right hand, right hip, left hand, right ankle. And that's doing a nice side movement with the trunk to the right. Let's coming back, half a left. Left hand, left hip, right hand, left ankle. And again, let's doing a nice side movement toward the left. Let's make sure you're resetting the lower back. And now let's coming back into a forward fold, standing forward fold. Reverse one dive, inhale, that is good, observing the nice balancing of the breath with the spine. Hands toward the heart and on the Natarajashana, then start toward the left, bending the left and grabbing the inside, right arm up and taking time as you kick the leg. Let's make sure you're moving with the connection with the ground, keeping you stable. Index and thumbs touch. As you try to straighten the leg, you try to bend the elbow. 3 more breaths. And now let's coming back. Good work. Inhale, let's raising. And exhale, let's fold. Deep bend into the knees, flipping the hands, palms up and underneath of the feet. Now let's lifting hips high, crown of the head lower. Deep bend into the knees and releasing the grip, and now chair pose with Utkatasana. Two more breaths. And now let's fold. That beautiful movement, half a left. And now the downward facing dog. That's good. Dolphin. Let's having the elbows into the mat. Let's walking at the front of the mat.